it's time that we go inward. What feelings am I dealing with? What insecurities are rising or capable of rising that I'm going to project on the world that's going to make me look foolish, that's actually going to hold me back, that's going to prevent me from moving forward? And as men, we're like, oh, hell no, I don't want to deal with feelings. I'm not going inward. I'm not doing that. You know, man, what's going on? This is the Better Man channel where we refuse to be the Karens of society. We've all seen a video of Karen just unleashing her emotional, feeling-fueled fury. And we're like, damn, I'm glad she's not my woman. But if we're honest with ourselves, we all have those insecurities, right? And that's what it is. Karens are fueled by this insecurity within, and they feel like the need to begin to project that on those around them. I'm going to prove that I'm right and they're wrong because deep within there's something about me that I don't like. And without getting too psychologically deep, we all have those feelings of insecurity, especially in this modern age, man, where it's so easy to compare ourselves to those on social media and those that have taken the perfect picture and the perfect lighting and presented themselves in the perfect manner. And we look at our lives and think, damn, I got spaghetti stains on my shirt. I only got $2 in my wallet. And geez. And it's easy to feel insecure when we're constantly bombarded with how great everybody's life is, and we're so removed from the past where men didn't have time to be insecure. It was a day-to-day survival of what the hell am I going to do to survive, to get better, to be better. And we've progressed, and thankfully so, but we've got so soft that now a lot of times we just have time to think about how shitty our life is instead of actually being grateful for what we have. And that's what them Karens represent. They haven't dealt with those insecurities, and there's these emotionally ridden and fueled or feeling fueled women that are just projecting all that nonsense on the world. And what it boils down to is that they're largely insecure. And we as men, we ridicule that out. Oh God, we hate that. Look at the women, emotionally fueled women, geez. But in a more emasculated culture, we as men, we're leaning towards that emotional state as well. And so we have to be honest and say, okay, what insecurities do I deal with? For example, I go to the gym. I'm walking in. I'm thinking, hell yeah, I'm going to be the baddest in here. Look at all these skinny little dudes. I'm going to be the toughest. Yes, good gym day. Then in walks this big ripped up beast. And I start projecting my insecurities on him. Oh, look at him. Who does he think he is? Walking around with that strut, walking like that, look, putting all them plates on there. When just moments ago, I was kind of walking in with the strut because I was big dog. When someone bigger walks in, I begin projecting my insecurities and my emotions onto him. We've all fallen victim to that in one manner or another, whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. We project our insecurities onto others and we deem them ignorant. We deem them toxic and unnecessary. And look at that prideful asshole. But I get to know the guy at the gym and he's cool as hell, right? And I'm just projecting these insecurities and this fallacy way of thinking onto him that's not really accurate in any manner. And so we fall victim to that in different areas of our life, and it's not doing us any good. From an outside perspective, we're merely those Karens that the rest of the world's pointing at and saying, damn, what foolishness. And as men, we don't want to be stuck in that foolish manner. So taking a page from Jungian psychology, where he talks about the shadow, that shadow within representing everything that we dislike, as men, and the theme of this year for this channel, it's time that we go inward. What feelings am I dealing with? What insecurities are rising or capable of rising that I'm going to project on the world that's going to make me look foolish, that's actually going to hold me back, that's going to prevent me from moving forward? And as men, we're like, oh, hell no, I don't want to deal with feelings. I'm not going inward. I'm not doing that. We place those all on a shelf. Maybe they'll work themselves out. Maybe we'll come back to them later. Maybe not. We don't want to deal with it. And I think in a culture that promotes kind of this be vulnerable, and I hate that word, vulnerable means weak. I like to replace that with be open, right? We're in a culture that says be vulnerable, parade your weaknesses around, be oppressed, be a victim. No, let's be open. Let's be willing to share, okay, what's wrong, what needs to be addressed, and how can I fix it? What's the remedy? We as men, we kind of need that 10-minute therapist. We go in, tell me my problem, doc, tell me how to address it, and now I'm going to go on. So I think we need to begin to see kind of going inward with that male mindset of kind of going to war. I'm going to go to war with that shadow within, cut its head off, fix the problem, and move on so that I don't become the Karen of society projecting all my weak, just bit my cheek, all my weak insecurities on the rest of the world like I'm some prideful know-it-all when everybody else is laughing at me. And we as men, we don't want that. We don't want to be ridiculed. We hate that. So let's place ourselves in the best position where we're held in esteem. We're seen as that man that controls his emotions. He's got them in check. He's not projecting any weakness. He's not projecting any insecurity. And that's what it comes down to when we look at Karens. We see them as weak, just foolish, ignorant, just emotionally driven fools. We as men want to prevent ourselves from even stepping anywhere close to that arena. We want to be on the outside of that, in control, composed manner, got our emotions in check. And it takes going inward to do that work. Because in today's easily comparable social media, one click, oh my God, look at that dude. 6 figures, 6'8", a 12-pack. It's easy to get caught up in those insecurities. So we go in, we address those. Why the hell do I even feel this way? Is it important? Does it matter? Compared to what? Am I less than compared to what? And I like that question. That's one of the greatest things I think we need to begin to ask ourselves. Why am I feeling this way? And compared to what? Am I less than compared to what? Begin to ask yourself that. And I think that's a quick cure to that feeling insecure. Because there's always going to be someone better. There's always going to be someone smarter. There's always going to be someone better. So the question isn't, am I less than compared to them? Am I less than compared to that? The question we need to begin to ask ourselves when addressing those insecurities and those feelings, and why do I feel this compared to what? Compared to me? Am I better than I was yesterday? I'm comparing myself to yesterday. Did I move? Did I make some advancements? Did I progress? Well, then hell yeah. I don't give a shit necessarily about everything around me because I don't want to be that guy that's projecting all my things on them. I'm going to project it back on me. What can I do to overcome those little obstacles, those little insecurities, those little feelings that nag at me? What can I do today to cut those off and get a little bit better? Am I better compared to the person I was yesterday? Am I more in check than I was yesterday? Have I addressed these insecurities? Have I addressed those things that are holding me back so that I don't project them onto the world and the world sees me kind of this weak ass Karen that's just spewing off ignorant, foolish insecurities? We're men. We're created to be those men of logic. That doesn't mean that we don't have weaknesses and valleys that we have to climb down in and ascend. We are men. We are human. There's flaws in there. There are going to be insecurities. There are going to be feelings that creep up. We don't become these stone cold robots that just place them on the shelf and never address them. We go inward. We become those men that address them. We slay the monster within. We become a better, stronger, capable man on the other side of that. We never want to become the Karens. We never want to be those weak, emotionally feeling-fueled people that project ignorance to the world, and we see that current state. We see a generation of that, both male and female, in today's world. I think the world needs to see men not as those emotionally fueled, kind of toxic, ignorant chauvinists that they've animated us to be. We need to become those well-composed men that say, hey, we know right and wrong. We're not coming at you with emotions. We're not coming at you with a Karen mentality. We're coming with truth. We're coming with logic. We're coming with composure. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm not going to compare myself with anyone else. Therefore, I feel no need to project any insecurities on anybody else because I'm becoming comfortable with who I am. I'm slaying those monsters and shadows and dragons within and all this insecurities that accompany those so that I become comfortable with who the hell I am. And at the end of the day, that's what it means to be a man. Comfortable in my own damn skin. I don't have to project anything else on anyone else. We refuse to be the Karens of society. I love you guys. I respect you guys. You'll hear from me next episode.